So today I wanted to revisit a weapon from a previous season, or more specifically, a previous episode. The weapon we are talking about in this one is going to be Noxious Vetiver. This SMG dropped in Act 2 of Revenant, and honestly, I had a lot of praise for it at the time. Sure, SMGs need some more love, but with the buff to mag sizes across the board and a solid perk pull here with this weapon, yeah, it's still really fun. It was then, still is now. But my video on this weapon was before the buff to Redirection, and honestly, shame on me for waiting this long to drop this video. Things have changed, so you might want to farm this weapon while you can. Now, before we jump into it, just want to say, if you enjoy the content and want more from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when I do drop more content. With that out the way, let's talk about this weapon. So, in my previous video on this SMG 6 months ago, we had one god roll in mind, and that was going to be small bore, tactical mag, loose change, and jolting feedback. In many ways, this is still an incredible god roll and still very viable despite the weaknesses we can see from an SMG in PvE. But when the next expansion drops, with the changes with Armor 3.0 and the buff we saw in general to Redirection in Heresy, the other god roll you will want, and one I'm currently chasing, is going to be small bore, tactical mag, Attrition Orbs, and Redirection. The reason we are switching out Loose Change for Attrition Orbs is pretty simple. Loose Change needs you to apply an elemental debuff to work, and since we don't have jolting feedback, it's not really going to be worth it here. So we're going for more orbs with Attrition Orbs to help make this weapon, I guess you could say, very viable as an option for builds where we want to be generating orbs. Since the super stat will be affecting how much super energy we get from orbs in general, it's important we generate as much as possible. And on top of that, the health stat also has some ties to orbs, basically how much health you get per orb of power. So yeah, more orbs the better. We're going to be dealing and working on generating a ton of orbs when the next expansion rolls around. Now with Redirection, it's pretty simple here. This is now a phenomenal DPS perk due to the buff to make it more efficient. So now it works like this. Hits against minor combatants grants 2 stacks of Redirection with a maximum of 30 stacks. Stacks remain active while stowed. Now, hits against elite or higher rate combatants consume up to 3 stacks to grant a 33% increased damage per stack consumed. So in general, we are having a potential of a 100% damage buff per shot against enemies that truly stand out and make an SMG feel horrible in PvE. This is pretty massive. Those yellow bars, those champions, those bosses, specifically those yellow bars and elites, yeah, they make SMGs feel bad. So Redirection here on this weapon is going to do a lot to make it feel like, oh yeah, we're building towards something. We're making up some ground on the fact that SMGs are weaker on damage side. So Redirection comes in and really helps alleviate that issue. And basically, hence why I strongly urge you to consider chasing this weapon again if you don't have this specific role. Not many primaries in the game actually have Redirection, believe it or not. Frankly, only 6 do. So there you go, chase this bad boy. I have no idea how many more weapons in general in a future loot pool will get this perk because, well, it's pretty clear. Bungie is awfully picky on what weapon gets it for obvious reasons, and the strength of this perk alone, I think it's so strong that it can help maintain weapons that don't have it but are tiered weapons. The tier weapons are going to be pretty massive, but if something like Redirection is on a weapon that isn't a tier, I think there's a lot of shelf life to this when the Edge of Fate drops. But that's the video. I just wanted to put this out there because it would be a damn shame if for some reason I said, let me gatekeep this information from you all. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. If you want more from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when I do drop more content. If you found this video informative, also be sure to hit that like button. It helps out the video a ton. And as always, thank you for watching. It is always greatly appreciated. Until next time, ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.